Hello travelers, I'm Chris. Welcome to Lorespire. In this video, I'm going to show you how to build Arueshalae into a DPS powerhouse. This build has been tested and approved for core difficulty or lower. Full explanations are provided for all choices made with this build. There are timestamps, so you can skip ahead if you like, and there is a leveling spreadsheet at the end of the video for you to use as an easy reference guide. The combat shown in this video is of Arueshalae at level 17 Mythic rank 8, and at level 18 during the boss fight, using core difficulty settings of course. It is just her and the tank from my party here, which is mainly to show that Arueshalae does enough damage with this build to win even more difficult battles with her DPS alone. So what do we need to do to give Arueshalae this wicked awesome DPS? Let's find out. First, we'll look at Arueshalae's ability point allocation. Arueshalae joins the party at level 8, so we will only be able to allocate 3 of her ability points. Her first 2 ability points, which are gained at level 12 and 16, should go to Dexterity for this build, and her final point at level 20 should go to Strength. This distribution allows us to maximize her damage. Arueshalae's skill points should be allocated like this, with 1 point per level going into each of the 5 maxed out skills that you see here. Persuasion will get a point at each level until level 12, and starting at level 12, you will only have 5 ability points per level, which should go into the other 5 skills shown. Now let's review Arueshalae's feats and class abilities. You cannot change anything before level 9 even if you respec Arueshalae. This locks in quite a few abilities and feats. Fortunately, they form a solid base for the ranged damage character we're going to turn Arueshalae into. The locked-in feats and bonus feats for Arueshalae are Point Blank Shot, Precise Shot, Rapid Shot, Deadly Aim, Mini Shot, and Clustered Shots. These feats combine to make Arueshalae a formidable archer when she first joins the party, and will build off of these to make her even more deadly as she levels. The locked-in class abilities are Ranger Proficiencies, giving Arueshalae access to all of the armor and weapons she'll need for the build. Trap Finding, which adds significantly to Arueshalae's perception checks. Favored Enemy Humans, which gives Arueshalae a bonus to attack and damage rolls against humans. Undercover, which adds to Arueshalae's persuasion, bluff checks, and more importantly adds to her stealth checks. Ranger's Bond, which allows Arueshalae to extend half of her favored enemy bonus to all party members within 30 feet who can see or hear her. The bonus lasts for a number of rounds equal to her wisdom modifier. Let's refer back to the combat on screen for a moment. The enemies do get in some lucky hits here, and the tank has to use the Pure Form spell and a potion to keep himself in the fight. Also, you'll notice that turning on Sense Vitals and firing a few special damage arrows is a good way to get some even quicker burst damage from Arueshalae. By the way, I will have a build video coming out soon for the tank shown in this video. Be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss that. Now, back to the build. Espionage Magic Expert. Normally, a ranger uses Wisdom as their casting stat, but this ability makes Charisma the casting stat for Arueshalae. And last, we have Favored Enemy Demons of Magic. Arueshalae has 2 ranks of this, giving her a total of +4 bonus to attack and damage rolls against Demons of Magic. In our build, levels 9, 10, and 11 for Arueshalae will be put into the Ranger Espionage Expert class. This will give Arueshalae the evasion ability at level 9. When Arueshalae succeeds in a reflex saving throw against an attack that would normally deal half damage on a successful save, Evasion causes Arueshalae to avoid 100% of the damage instead, so good for survivability. At level 10, Arueshalae can choose a new favored enemy type and a second rank of a favored enemy type. We will choose Demons of Strength for both, which will give Arueshalae a +4 bonus on attack and damage rolls against these demons. Arueshalae can also choose a bonus combat style feat here, and will take Improved Precise Shot, which makes Arueshalae's ranged attacks ignore anything less than Total Concealment. At level 11, Arueshalae gains the Quarry ability from her Ranger class. This allows her to mark a target within her line of sight. She receives a +2 insight bonus to attacks made against that enemy, and all critical threats are automatically confirmed. She can only have one quarry at a time. This is great for bosses and any powerful enemies, which become increasingly common as the game progresses. Arueshalae's levels 12 through 20 will go into the Mutation Warrior archetype of the fighter class. This is to keep Arueshalae's base attack bonus high while picking up Mutagen to further enhance her dexterity, and some extra combat feats to increase her damage. At the first level of Mutation Warrior, Arueshalae gains fighter proficiencies. Even so, you should stick with medium and light armors for her, so that her speed isn't reduced and she still gets her full dexterity bonus to AC. You also gain a feat from the fighter class here, which we'll use to take Critical Focus, which increases Arueshalae's chance to get a critical hit. At Mutation Warrior level 2, we'll take Hammer the Gap as our bonus combat feat. This will give a modest increase to damage. Arueshalae will also receive her first rank of Bravery, giving her a +1 bonus to her will saves against fear effects. And at Mutation Warrior level 3, Arueshalae gains the Mutagen ability, which she can use to gain a +4 alchemical bonus to her Constitution, Dexterity, or Strength at the cost of a -2 penalty to Charisma, Willpower, or Intelligence. It also provides a +2 natural armor bonus. Of course, you will want to use the Dexterity enhancing effect. This does give her a -2 penalty to Willpower, but that shouldn't really matter that much. If you feel that she can't take the hit to Willpower, you could use Strength, which would still give her a damage bonus to attacks as long as you are using a composite bow, but I never found that dropping her will save by 1 point was an issue. Mutation Warrior level 4. Here we'll take Point Blank Master Longbow as our bonus combat feat. This prevents enemies from making attacks of opportunity against Arueshalae when she attacks. And at level 5, take Bows for Arueshalae's weapon training. At Mutation Warrior level 6, take Blinding Critical for the bonus combat feat, and Arueshalae will gain her second rank of Bravery, giving her a +2 bonus to her will saving throws against fear effects. At Mutation Warrior level 7, take Preserve Organs as Arueshalae's Mutagen Discovery. This will significantly decrease the chance of her being critically hit when she is targeted. At Mutation Warrior level 8, take Greater Weapon Focus Longbow as Arueshalae's bonus combat feat. And at Mutation Warrior level 9, the last one, yay! Take Fighter's Reflexes and Weapon Training Bows as Arueshalae's 2 weapon training bonuses. As Arueshalae's 2 weapon training abilities, not bonuses. The feats that we will take for Arueshalae with this build from level 9 to 19 are, in order, Weapon Focus Longbow, Improved Critical Longbow, Iron Will, Weapon Specialization Longbow, Improved Iron Will, and Armed Bravery. Weapon Focus Longbow comes at level 9 and gives a +1 bonus to Arueshalae's attacks with longbows. Improved Critical Longbow doubles the threat range of her longbow attacks, giving her a much better crit chance. The improved Iron Will feats and Armed Bravery improve Arueshalae's will saving throws, and Weapon Specialization Longbow increases her damage with longbows. Now let's look at Arueshalae's mythic feats and abilities. Arueshalae will take Rapid Shot Mythic, Point Blank Shot Mythic, Improved Critical Longbow Mythic, Deadly Aim Mythic, and Weapon Focus Mythic Longbow. All of these mythic feats are strictly to increase Arueshalae's ranged damage, and the damage with these is much larger than it would be otherwise. Arueshalae's mythic abilities are Ranging Shots, Distracting Shots, the bigger they are, Cleaving Shot, and Last Stand. Ranging shots and the bigger they are will help Arueshalae land more attacks, especially against high AC enemies and larger than normal enemies. Distracting Shots helps melee party members hit the enemy Arueshalae is attacking, and Cleaving Shot will deal damage to nearby enemies when Arueshalae lands a critical hit, which should be fairly common with this build, and when she reduces an enemy's hit points to 0. Last Stand prevents damage that would drop Arueshalae's hit points below 0. It lasts for 2 rounds and is activated when an enemy would reduce her HP total to 0 or below. It can only be activated once per day. This feat is highly effective and needed, considering almost everything in this build is about offense with little consideration given to defense. Arueshalae's spell setup is pretty simple. Hurricane Bow and Aspect of the Falcon should be active on Arueshalae anytime you are expecting difficult battles. Since Vitals is great for bursts of DPS against the bosses or anytime you find yourself in a difficult situation, Effortless Armor can be helpful depending on the armor you are wearing. Feather Step Mass is a nice buff to keep active on your party so that you don't have to worry about terrain impediments, and Greater Animal Aspect can be used to help with perception, trickery, mobility, or stealth checks as needed, or to increase your speed or fortitude saves. Let your other party members cast whatever else is needed. Now let's head over to Arueshalae's combat stats. These stats do include the buffs that you see on screen right now, and they show Arueshalae's stats at level 17, Mythic rank 8. I feel like this is a good representation of what you can expect, since most of the last 2 acts will happen after you've reached this point of progression, and most players probably won't achieve level 20 in a playthrough anyways. Arueshalae has 6 attacks. 3 are made with a plus 36 attack bonus, and the next 3 attacks have a plus 31, plus 26, and plus 21 bonus. Arueshalae's damage per attack is 36 to 56. Her damage is multiplied by 4 on a critical hit, and her critical threat range is 19 to 20. Arueshalae's armor class is 39, flat-footed AC is 29, and touch AC is 24. Her saving throws are Fortitude 26, Reflex 29, and Will 21. Her speed is 60 feet thanks to haste, attack range is 50 feet, combat maneuver defense is 46, and her initiative bonus is plus 17. If you've been watching the fight on screen, you see that Arueshalae is dealing with the boss pretty handily. She's no angel spamming Bolt of Justice, of course, but she does almost all of the damage to the boss in this fight, with the only other damage coming from the tank, which is definitely a small amount. The other party members are just healing and taking care of ads, and Arueshalae finishes off the boss quickly enough that the party is never really in danger of a wipe. I hope that this build video helps you out in your playthrough and that everybody enjoyed watching it. Let the community know down in the comments how you like to build Arueshalae. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out a ton, helps out the channel a ton, and I really appreciate it. Sincerely, thank you. This has been Chris with Lorespire. Be well, my friends.